Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host, GBHL Damian, and this is Matchup of the Day. I really hope I come up with a credit sequence, otherwise this is going to be a weird fade. So yes, indeed, we are back with our final show of the week, and what an exciting one it is. As always, I'm your host, GBHL Damian, and I'm joined by
Jay Acharya,
our guest pundit for this week. He's been with us all week, and here we are at the climax.
Could be more dramatic.
It could not be. It probably could be a bit more dramatic, probably. But for a first round, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So first up, we have the. I can't wait to watch this.
No.
It's.
Woses v Easterlings?
It's Woses Easterlings.
Yeah.
The one I'm excited about is Minas Tirith v Dunland.
Dunland, yeah.
I can't wait for that.
No, neither can I. Everything right.
Minas Tirith are through, Dunland are out.
But if Minas Tirith
matters.
win, they top the group. Guaranteed a top in the group.
Yes.
With 3 wins.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
So could be a big game.
So they won't be. This isn't a testimonial match.
No, not
they
at all.
They are going out to win this.
Will they rest some of their players? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Will the captain turn up?
You're going to get some of the under-21s coming out. So yeah, Berrigon has died in every game so far, but fingers crossed he'll make it through this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna because we know our Minas Tirith are through.
Yeah.
And we wanted them to come second.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Dunland this time. I think they're gonna. There's only Berrigon shooting.
Yeah.
I think Dunland are gonna charge in, one-on-ones, overcome lower fight value. I think the Chieftain's gonna break some face with strength 5. I think they're gonna do it.
They want to go out with the high, don't they?
I think Dunland are gonna earn some Dunland pride. They're gonna be clapped off the pitch.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You think?
I think so. I went with Minas Tirith finishing runners up in the group, so.
Yeah. Come on, Dunland.
Can't let Minas Tirith win.
Yeah, as ever, if you're unfamiliar with this, although I'm sure you aren't, we haven't seen the matches yet, we don't know. On to the big one. It's Easterlings versus Woses.
Winner goes straight through?
Yes. Yeah, winner goes through, other one is out.
Other one is out, we'll finish in third or fourth place.
So,
what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are Easterlings all the way, because we want them we picked them as group winners.
Yeah, they've got to win.
So yeah, we're wanting Minas Tirith to lose and
Easterlings
to win. That's our hope.
That's our aim.
Is it likely? Can the Easterlings beat the Woses?
If the blowpipes don't do much, then I can see the Easterlings coming through.
Yeah.
Especially defence 6, only 6 to win. It'll be very similar to the round 2 game against the Gondor.
Yeah, I think if we get the captain from the last game, the Easterling captain from the last game, who charged and destroyed everything, as opposed to the captain from the first game.
I agree. Might be quite tired though, did put up a big fight.
He played a long match yesterday.
He did.
He'll be feeling that in his legs.
He might be. His horse's legs as well.
His horse will be feeling it in the legs, definitely. This is where your conditioning really comes off on the third day.
If his horse can survive, I reckon they've got a big chance.
Yeah, I mean that's surely where all the blowpipes are going. Right? They're going straight at that horse. But blowpipe range 8 inches.
Yeah.
No, it's 12.
Horse charge range 10. Should be able to stay out of range.
Yeah.
Hopefully make it. It'll all be that big priority roll, won't it?
Yeah.
Where they can hopefully go on. So we think.
Hopefully.
We think the odds are with the Woses, but we think these things can do an upset.
Yeah.
And come back and submarine it. Will they do it? We're going to go and watch the matches now. Go.
Yep.
And welcome back. We've just watched the matches and we know the results. So obviously, without further ado, let's plunge on. Start with game 1.
Yep.
Which was the important one.
It was.
It was, of course, the
Woses.
Easterlings v the Woses to see who would take the not second place, but second position going through, I suppose. And we banked on the Easterlings.
We did. We were on.
They let us down.
They let us down.
Need I remind you that both myself and Jay picked Easterlings as group winners at the start of the week.
How wrong we were.
Not only are they not group winners, they are out.
They are out. What did you think of the game?
It was a big play at the start that twisted it. What happened?
Jamie calling heroic accuracy.
Heroic accuracy. I mean,
who calls that?
Who does that?
Who does that?
Where is that from? I mean, that is a huge play from Giblin to
out of the blue.
Yeah, and you're like, huh? You know, I was all like, whoa. But that's that's where your kind of conditioning pays off.
Good tactics from the manager.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's been training for a while. He's been building the squad. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But so great stuff from Jamie.
Like after movement. So here's how we're looking after movement. Woses stay still. Easterlings came forward 6, and Garn is going to call a heroic accuracy. See if you can guess what the plan is. So the first 2 are going to shoot through to the captain. They both hit to go through the first rank. Re-roll in that. So 1 on the front rank. No. To get past the second rank. Gets past. Rider of the horse, which can be going for the horse. Hits the rider. Re-roll it. Gets the horse. 5s. Re-rolling 1s for poison. Oh, he's done it! You little Wosy.
What an epic shot.
You little Wosy.
5s. Re-rolling 1s for poison.
He calls heroic accuracy.
Yeah.
I believe he fired 2 shots. Was it Garn's shots?
It was two shots from 2.
I don't think it was. I don't think it wasn't. It was Garn. He didn't have might.
It didn't. It was 2.
He gets through.
Yeah.
The first rank.
Yeah.
With 1 possibly with a reroll.
Yeah.
He gets through the second rank, possibly with a reroll.
He
gets horse or rider.
Gets the rider.
He gets the rider.
Rerolls it.
Rerolls it. He gets the horse.
Wounds the horse. What does he get?
Not
Fails to win the
a
horse.
1.
Yeah.
It was a 1 for poison. Rerolls, kills the horse.
Credit to him.
I mean that is shot of the group.
Yeah.
Moment of the group, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
In terms of your big plays at your big moment. Those you have your match players, you know, that they know how to perform.
And he performed.
He did. He really did. That was huge.
Was.
We were banking on these things winning with that horse essentially. The horse is gone.
Yeah, before the lines are clashed.
Indeed. Next up, there was still Harry wasn't defeated yet.
No.
That's defence 6 could still keep him in it. The captain calls a heroic combat.
He does.
Garn calls a heroic combat.
Yeah. Garn wins it.
Garn won the roll off.
Kills the guy he's fighting. Goes into the captain. Stalemate there, but
crucially the captain can't move on.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Terrible. There was a glimmer of hope when Harry then rolled a 1.
There was.
He thought he was out of that.
Yeah.
Jamie's got 3 attacks.
Yeah.
What was he due to do? Triple 1s.
1.
Perhaps we can see that again.
Then we've got a 3-on-1 over there.
This one?
Yep, 2 of which are going to faint for me.
Go for it.
Going for it. Gets a whitey 1. We get a 1 as well. Bosh. That is a bosh, everyone.
Some fantastic bosh in there from Jamie.
Yeah.
That was
Not
great.
one for the highlights reel.
No, well, except we just put it on the
Well, we
highlights
did.
reel. It's the lowlights reel, I think. When the Easterlings did get broken, first courage test, 4 from Harry, reminiscent of the first round game.
But crucially, at the point of might.
He had a very handy point of might.
He did.
So this time he did not run away by burning both his will and his might to stay in it.
And there was hope. Glimmer of hope.
But unfortunately the game went on another turn.
It did.
At which point the captain rolls snake eyes for his courage test. And off he pops.
Following the trend from all 3 games.
What was he doing? I'm annoyed with Easterlings.
I am. I expected them to do better.
You can't argue with the heroic accuracy thing, but
no. They should have put up a better fight.
Yeah, they should have put up a better fight. It's disappointing.
But congratulations to the Woses, who obviously go through.
Yeah, the Woses storm on in.
They did. Not what we predicted at all.
Possibly as group winners.
Maybe. Yeah.
Although, well, you've seen the matches now.
Yeah.
But they could go in. They are storming into the next round. The Woses, and definitely a force to be reckoned with.
I think they're underrated, to be honest.
But you did see when Gondor played them, the weakness.
Yeah.
If you can get in amongst them
with your numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they can really fall down a bit.
Yeah.
Depends who they come up against. I don't see them winning it. I can't see them getting through and winning it.
But the way it's gone so far.
Who knows?
Can't write them
off. Who knows indeed. But alas, Easterlings tumble. Now bear in mind, it's possible, we're not revealing this, that me and Jay both picked Easterlings as group winners. We could have chosen Easterlings as our winner in this envelope. We could already be out of it, but that will all be revealed, of course, at the end of the series. So on to the next game.
Game 2, yeah.
Which was a bit of a dead rubber.
It was.
But Ministerial, of course, playing for position.
Yep.
Dunland, can they get their first win? No. I mean, they're awful. They are awful.
They are. They are. I mean, the less said about them, the better, to be honest.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great, no.
They went in, they gave it a bit of a go this time.
They tripled their kill tally, didn't they?
They killed 3 models, which against an army of 7, I believe, of Ministerial.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. They put up a decent show.
Plus Baragons.
And they took down Baragons,
yeah.
He was one of the 3.
He was, yes.
Yeah, he was one of the 3.
Yeah.
So they took out 3 in this, which was pretty good. The Chieftain does a heroic combat.
He does, yeah.
Which, thanks to his friend, comes off into Baragond.
Yeah.
2-handed piercing strikes against Baragond. What do you think?
Bit of a risk, isn't it?
It's a big risk.
It is, yeah, especially with the...
I think Baragond's used his point of might by that point.
He has,
to wound him. So you got 2 attacks at a -1.
Yeah.
Probably it's a gutsy play, but probably the right one.
I mean, it worked, didn't it? He won the
fight.
It
did work. He won the fight.
You'd expect him to probably kill Baragond outright, but
just does the one wound.
No, just the one wound.
Unfortunately, Baragond passed his fate.
He did.
Stuck around.
He did.
There was another spectacular moment from Harry. I feel like Harry's the luck. I haven't kept track of all the wins, but the luck on camera seems to be with Jamie.
I agree.
Harry
Apart
did
from the 1-1
indeed.
Bosch.
Harry did some spectacular. Jamie chose to roll 2-2. Harry went for
a 1.
A 1, obviously.
As you do.
Strange tactical choice there from Harry, we thought. But we did have, unfortunately, we had some controversy in this.
We did. Our keen eye spotted a moment of, well, would you call it cheating?
I think we can show you this now if you have a look.
And then 1-on-1 again.
Piss his drag.
You got 5.
Come on, 6.
Oh. Defense drops to 2, so 4s.
He dies.
Pink.
Okay, so we've just seen that again.
Yep.
Jay, what do you think about that? What is the issue here?
I mean, surely that's a cocked dice.
We think that's a cocked dice.
I mean, if you watch, throughout the other games, any time it's landed on that sort of ditch, they've re-rolled it.
Absolutely.
Funnily enough, when it favours Jamie, he
that's a kill.
It is a kill.
That's a kill. That takes a Dunlander out.
Yeah.
And that, in these games, that's a big swing.
They are, yeah.
So, what do you think? Have a look back. If we bring up the freeze frame now. I think that's pretty clear that by the rules of this tournament, while they've been going on, that's a cocked dice.
I agree.
And normally, of course, in the football, the less prestigious Football World Cup, it would be FIFA that would look into this.
Retrospective action possibly as well for the team.
Possibly change the result. Of course, it won't be FIFA that'll be looking into this. It will, of course, be TIFA. So we'll get back to you on that, on whatever verdict TIFA comes up with on that one. But I don't know. I don't think there's any doubt there. Everyone in the box here, I think it's cocked.
I agree. I think it is as well.
We would look to have that challenged.
Final decision is not with us.
Of course, it lies with TIFA.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, TIFA is a stuffed Triceratops. That it can take a while for these things to come back. The tournament may be over. But it was a bit of a shame to see the group end on such a sour point.
Yeah,
don't you think?
It was.
But ultimately, of course, Ministerial went through. Dunland were never really going to win a game anyway.
Worthy winners, Ministerial for the group, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't argue with 3 wins.
No.
That's a fairly solid performance.
Yeah, I agree.
For them to go through.
I agree.
Baragond going down on every game though. So we said the Woses we don't see winning. Ministerial, can they win it?
I mean, the troops at the moment are holding it out, aren't they? Captain's already leading by example.
But as I think Harry said in the last game, he's done his job. He's doing a little wound every time.
He is.
He's doing some good. I think I'm going to say they've got more of a chance than the Woses.
I agree. I mean, it all depends on the next round matchup, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Who they play in the quarterfinals.
That defence 7 is huge.
It is.
Maybe 7. Is it 7? It's 6 models with defence 7.
Yeah.
I think they could go on around.
Yeah,
I could see them getting past the quarters.
I reckon so.
And then we have no idea who's going to be there meeting them. But yeah, so that is the end of Group 1 of Middle-earth World Cup. We have our winners, Minas Tirith, marching on to play the runners-up of Group 2, and we have our runners-up Woses going on to play the winners of Group 2. That will, of course, be in 4 weeks' time, I believe, because for the next 3 weeks you'll be seeing the other groups play out. I'll be back with match up of the day then, of course. Jay won't be. No. Probably. Well, he might return in the future. Maybe. But this is the end of his run here. So thanks for joining us on match up of the day. Great, always to have an ex-pro kind of come in and give their views on things. We will be back with Group 2 next week. Who knows who will be joined by in the punditry guest chair then. Until then. Don't forget to put your comments below about what you think about these matchups, who you think is going to win the next matchups, and as always, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Support your hobby host by clicking on the links below.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Support your hobby,
and happy strategy battle gaming.